Welcome to Phoenix Plays a Game. I am Phoenix. I am a chess expert and a risk expert currently on a quest to get 62 puzzles correct. We are most of the way there. We have 48 so far. Let's just get into it. These tactics are starting to get pretty difficult. This is a 2500 rated puzzle, so we have to be very careful. Looks like we're getting hit with a rook, and we're also getting threatened with a check, but we are also capturing their rook. So I guess the question is, what if I just take the rook, huh? It would take me. I am up 2 pawns, so I think we're trading into an opposite colored bishop ending, which could be problematic here. So if I took the rook and they took mine, my next move would have to be to try to get this bishop and pawn, who combine on this square, somehow out of the way. So I'm thinking I would have to try something like here and then my pawns would be free to run, but it just looks like a draw to me. And I don't think that sacrificing a pawn is probably the way to start. But if I took here and they took here, we could try something different. Go like this, like this, like this. And then try to win this pawn. But again, as soon as the bishop parks right here, it feels like that is something that's probably not going to be sustainable as a win. So let's try other things here. I know that I can just get rid of the rook and take this bishop. Excuse me, take this bishop and take white rook. But it would have to be with a check. Otherwise, this rook would just move out of the way. So what if I went check here and the king went like this, and then I went check? And then it cannot attack my rook. It would have to go here or here. And then I'm free to take the rook. So what if here and then something like this or this, then I believe I can just take the rook, and that seems to be sufficient. So I think the key is just this idea of skewering a king to a rook while taking the other rook. So let's go ahead and play it. And then I can just take the other rook and be up a rook, a whole rook, and 2 pawns. That was fairly simple and a good way to warm up for the day. So let's do what we always do. Count the material here. And it looks to me like everybody has 3 pieces, 2 rooks and a queen. So the only thing missing is a pair of knights, 1 for each side. Second thing, let's count the targets. So that's undefended. And these are not targets because they're defended. This is well defended. This is defended as well. The king is always a target. And it looks like this knight is a target because it can be attacked once and defended once. So now we have to try to figure out how we can get people onto those lines that attack 2 targets at the same time. And I do notice that I can go knight here, but there are several reasons that's a problem. So I don't really see much in the way of that working out. So we should probably not try to attack this knight unless there's something to be said for like this and then take. I don't think the knight is the trick here. It just doesn't appeal to me, doesn't stand out as a reasonable target. So what if instead I try to take advantage of the fact that these 2 pieces are on the same line here and move the knight with like some sort of discovery. So that bishop, I'm going to call that bishop a target as well because it is attacked by our white queen if we just move our knight. I should state that I don't see any way I can deliver any piece attacking both of these targets. So I don't think the rook is a target in this particular position. So I'm only left with 2 targets here and here. And so I really need to put pieces on the line. Stuff like that would be pretty good. So now we can start thinking about actual concrete moves. So what if I go like this and the knight takes it? Then I have a bishop targeted and I can stack up on it like this maybe. But then I think the bishop takes me and then I take the queen and they take back and I have gained nothing. And in fact, I've lost the knight. So I don't think that that's the correct answer. What if I go here? Then that's still a check, but it doesn't come with any threat or anything. Bishop takes it. And I don't really see any good moves there. Yeah, so I go like this and then they take it and then I go like I don't know, move the bishop here to attack a rook, but then they just castle. Or even trade my queen first, actually. And I'd have to recapture it and then they castle. So that seems to be foolish. I don't think this, or pawn up work. So I'm actually kind of low on ideas. I think I probably want to lend support to this square by moving my dark squared bishop. So what if I just throw it away? Then the queen takes it. And then do I have anything there? I don't think so. Because I still want to go knight here, but it would be just a single check. The bishop becomes pinned, but there is a knight there. So that would be I lose a bishop, and then I lose a knight, and then I take the bishop, and I got a bishop back, check. And then I think the queen probably comes back, and I can't take this knight. I would love to, but I can't. And man, wouldn't that be nice if I could get a queen somehow? E5. What if I did this without throwing away the bishop? Does that lead to anything? I don't think so, because the queen is able to... Actually, maybe I'd need to revisit this. Here, queen takes. Now bishop, c3. This is kind of inverting the move orders. I'd said bishop here. Now I'm thinking bishop here. And that's an interesting idea. Let me give that one some thought. I don't really see much of a point. Anytime we make a move here where the bishop can get active and do something, it seems like it ruins the whole theme that we have of attacking this bishop. Remember, these are the two targets. So I would love to go like this and somehow attack up the line, but it isn't quite working. So is there anything like this? I think even the bishop just takes there, and I don't really see what point that has. That seems to just hang it. So, we have not taken a red X in this entire run. We've got 49 in a row. Wouldn't it be cool if I get to 50 without an X? I used to just want to get 40. Then I wanted to just complete 50, and now I will only settle for 50 flawlessly. But this one is definitely taking me a while. So what if we go like bishop and the queen takes? We tried this, and the problem is the knight comes back and the queen takes check, and I got my bishop back, but I didn't get my knight back because the queen comes back and blocks, right? And I want to attack this. So what if instead of there, we do the same thing, but we go this way? Because bishop, queen, knight check. Thing is, if the queen takes that, we take it with a rook, and we do not lose our rook because the bishop is pinned. I like my first move. I'm just not sure about the second moves. I think we found this a while ago, but I think I need to figure out if it's knight here, or even something just like queen up and mate. Something like that. So my only other idea is bishop here, threatening like a rook in the back, but that seems to just be blocked by like several things, like especially b6. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make my first move, and I think it's just this knight move. I know queen can't come back, bishop can't come back, and if king goes over here, we take a free bishop. So I don't see how you get out of this check without losing your bishop, so or trading your queen for a bunch of minor pieces. Okay, we got that correct. Yeah, I thought about that, but this just means that we can take a free bishop, right? We can't. I thought I could just take that. I did see this. I thought I could just take it, but I can't because that loses the bishop, and now my queen can't move like a knight. Man, that sucks. I missed that entirely. So, well, we could try to move with check or something like that. So I know that if I take the bishop and they take my queen, and I take their bishop and they take my bishop, I don't have a whole lot of any pieces left to work with here. So there has to be a way out of this. That was complicated. I thought this was easy, and it turns out it's not. I thought I had the win. I should have clarified earlier that if the queen just ran away, then I can still do the knight check. That's actually kind of how I found it. Thinking, what if the queen doesn't take the bishop? So I think here I could probably still... Can I go here? Check. because it is a check. You're attacking my queen, so I have to climb the ladder. I have to attack your king. Bishop goes here. I'm down a piece. Take, take, take. But then my rook is hanging. So doesn't seem like it wins anything, right? I don't think so. How do I take advantage of this? What I want to do is go here, go here, go here, and make him move the rook. But that's not how that works. How that works at a minimum is he just goes like this or something. Takes my rook. So that doesn't seem to work either. I would love to just put a bishop here, but I can't, or a pawn here. And that doesn't work either because there isn't one. Yeah, I definitely don't have this. So I've been looking at a bunch of lines, and it looks like Queen C4 is the best one I've got. So I looked at take, 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 and we're even material, and I don't really have a threat because I can't go with my knight move here because the king is on this square, so it doesn't do anything, and my rook is attacked. So I really don't like taking the queen. So what I want to do is try to move my queen with tempo. Well, I can't go to any of these squares. So the first one I looked at was actually right here. And then the queen actually has to move. So if I went right here and the queen took me, I could go right here, right? Well, there's only one problem. There's a bishop. So can't do that. So then I thought, what if I came into the square by a different route? Take a bishop, and then actually black is threatening checkmate against me. So I would go, and my knight. So if I went check and they went here, I'm not sure that I have anything. This is a real issue right here on B2. So I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to counter that. So that's kind of what's leading me toward Queen C4, because now you can't take my rook because I'm going to take your queen. So the bishop, it becomes protected by the queen. And my issue there is there's not much of a follow-up. For example, just bishop back. I'm not sure how I'm succeeding here. Again, it would be like the same idea. So queen C4, bishop back. I take a queen, you take a queen. I take a bishop, you take a bishop. Seems like that doesn't work either. The only other square I can move the queen to other than these two is just pulling it straight back, because that does guard the bishop. I mean, technically I could move it here, but that seems silly. I also looked at take, by the way, take, check here, and then like pawn up. Problem is that hangs the knight. And it was with check. So I don't think that's it. But also I looked at queen check, throwing the queen away for the sake of a back rank check. But then I think the king just hides here. And I don't see anything there. So what if I just pull back to here? Now I'm guarding the two things. Earlier, when I calculated c4, I saw queen c7 for the black queen to move, and also the queen to h4. Of course, I think the best move for black would just be attack the queen. But when I come back to e1, I actually defend this square. And I'm pretty sure the queen still has to move, because like bishop back or something like that, we can save our rook and take a piece at the same time. But then actually f5. F5 hits a pinned knight. Gosh. I mean, I could go like this or something, but we are up a piece already. I guess I would just be able to... Yeah, okay. I guess f5's not an issue. I'll throw the knight away, trade queens, and then have a pinned something or other. I kind of lost track. So I think, yeah, maybe it is just queen backward. Because queen backward takes away this square. So then queen c7. And now what? Do we go back to the old knight check because the bishop is hanging? Probably. This bishop is hanging. It's blocked. Okay, I think the only thing that led me to this is the fact that I can't play queen to either side, I don't think. I could be wrong. But also, it takes away this square and it maintains the target line that we talked about so long ago attacking that hanging bishop. Because if we can't take that hanging bishop, then we haven't gained anything. So I'm going to go with this. It makes sense to me. I think I'm going to see queen c7 and then knight check as the answer. Let's give it a shot, yeah? Am I going to get my 50 flawless, or am I going to come one short? Oh my god. Whew. Oh man. Okay, I have to look at that to see what in the world was the actual response. So, okay, I go, yeah, so I found that move and then this move, and I saw this, here, and I don't have anything. Like, I don't have any checks. I need that dark square bishop back, and in fact, I'm losing, but don't forget there's this attack. So I thought about here, which is what I said to you guys, but that hangs the bishop. And yes, I can block, but I didn't see how this was, like, where's my attack on the king? I needed this bishop here, and it just doesn't work. I looked at this. That didn't work. I looked at, right here, I looked at check, and then, but then this doesn't work because both of these are holding. I wish my knight were here, and now it would be a mate, and that would be cute, but it isn't. So that didn't work. So I was looking at trying to get out of it like this, and now you have to move your queen, but then there's bishop e6, like, oh, yep, bishop e6 is the best move for black. It maintains that initiative, and then we would have to go into this, and I looked at this, and I didn't see anything here. That looked to be okay for black, and in fact, I think they're up some pawns, so they have an advantage. So, yeah, I think this is the only thing that worked, and then queen c7 is the best move. Aha. Their actual best move is to take the bishop. Wow. And then take the rook after. That makes sense. Because if here, it is knight d6. Knight d6 check. And notice the bishop is pinned. Queen takes d6. And then I want to take with the rook. Apparently, I can take either way and it's fine. But rook is best because the rook is under attack. And this bishop is not. So we want to move the piece that's under attack out of the way. Now we have a winning position. So that is a fun one. That was super tough, I thought, probably because of the backward move that doesn't exactly come with a threat. So hopefully we can get an easy one to follow this up with. We're at 50. That's pretty cool. Obviously, I can go like this and then like this. That's the first thing I'm looking at. So, but we should note that we are down a bunch of pawns. Wow, that's a lot of pawns. 5 pawns. 5 pawns. So I guess we have to basically be checkmating here. I don't have the ability to castle. Interesting. These two are backwards. Those two are backwards. They got switched. Somebody set up the board wrong. So I can't castle now. Do we have any threats against our king? No, we don't. So actually, we could just go like this right away, and there's not a whole lot black can do about that. I guess they would guard their bishop. And then could I like trade it and move out of the way? Like bishop take, queen like here or something? So, and the idea is I'm trying to pin the rook, and I don't think that works. Or pin it with the rook. I don't think that works. I do have a target, a target, a target, and a target, and a target. So everything. These are one of the hardest ones because that just means there's so many lines to connect. Okay, how can we attack this target? I have this. That's a 1-move threat. I also have, after that as a follow-up, I have this idea. Not bad, not bad. The only way out for that queen would be on this square. So maybe I could continue the attack. So something like this, here, 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 and then queen goes here, and then I go like, now the bishop is not hanging because there's a queen, but I can go like this. Maybe. And then the queen, but then the queen has so many different moves. Okay, well, it can't go to any of these squares. But it can go to any of these other ones. So I guess it would go here or here or something like that. Can't go here or here. So, I mean, it could go here. I guess, yeah. So what else can we do? Can we go queen in? That's even more powerful, I think. Queen in, that rook is attacked. But can you just castle out of it? Well, if you castle here, I think I can go like this, and then you hit me with the bishop, but then I can do something? No, there's nothing I can do. Okay, sad. I would love it if I could somehow get a queen here and attack that king, but I don't see how that works either. So we also have a target here. Let's calculate the check. Check and capture, right? Take, check, king over. Kind of looks like the end of the line there. I don't see how I'm coming back from that. I'm already down 5 pawns, and now I gave away a queen for a bishop. Seems losing. So let's probably not go with the queen sacrifice. I think we can probably rule that out. What if we get here, here, and here? That's same thing. Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay. What if we went like queen here, and then the rook moved, and then we put a rook behind it, threatening this bishop? And then... Did I say castle earlier after I already moved a rook? That's not possible. Probably this then. Castle? Bishop? Here? Yeah, okay. Doesn't quite work, huh? They can castle out a check. Gotta be something else here. We are in the 2600s now, so good stuff coming. Right. So there's also the idea of trying to attack these dark squares here. Just any of those. So we could go... This didn't work, right? Because, like, queen a3. What if we went this way, though, and the pawn, like, got in the way and we just took it, and that would be fine. Is a piece enough? Actually, hang on. There's nothing they can do. Oh, that's it. Okay. Huh. I tried going this way, like, immediately, but I thought it could be defended, so I can actually just go the other way, and what I failed to realize is there's no defense. You can't move it, you can't take it. If you castle out of this, like this, I think I can just probably go queen take. And then there's no way that you can, like, because the bishop's already dead in this situation, there's no way you can actually, like, and that rook is attacked. You can't play rook e8 trying to, like, come after my own king. So I think that's got to be the first move. I think I'm ready to play it. But is taking a bishop when I'm down 5 pawns enough? I guess it's the attack compensates. Got to be the first move because there isn't anything else. Now I assume that it is queen take because that is going to take over this square. If we take with the bishop, we get pinned. And don't forget my own bishop is hanging, so I'm pretty sure it's just going to be the queen. That way the queen can go, like, either direction. Any which way it wants. I think that's going to be queen take. Yeah. Okay. It was a lot easier than I actually gave it credit for. Sadly, took a long time to do that. So, oh man, this one feels like I know it. Like my brain just went, oh, patterns. You know this one. There's patterns here. Because this looks like the Kali system almost. There's a pawn still here though. But like with all these guys, usually that's a knight. If this were a knight, I think that may be what I'm looking at is if this were a knight, that's the pattern I'm used to. You play knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, pawn takes, and then the queen takes that pawn. Check. And then you just go rook up and over and it's mate. So that seems like the pattern that we would want to try for. Maybe we can go rook up and over actually anyway. Because then the threat is take, mate. If we could just get a rook here. That's honestly what I would play in a game. Here, here, here. That seems like a very... I don't see how you get out of that. Don't forget this knight is pinned to mate. So, like, if this knight moves here to attack a queen or moves here to block the file, queen in is mate, queen g7's mate. So that seems to be pretty reasonable. Is there anything else we can do? Man, I just want to play this. This is like classic attacking system in the Kali Zukertort, or yeah, well, basically that. I mean, lots of things, right? Anything with the knight on e5, but this time it's a bishop. But the bishop serves the purpose of blocking this pawn from moving forward. And because that pawn can't move forward, this bishop can't come out. And so it's never able to actually control this square. So that's why our rook is free to like roam on this side of the board. And that's one of the reasons why central control is so important. But I think maybe we shouldn't be too hasty. We should probably think it through. But gosh, doesn't this just look so attractive? It's like mate in 4. Don't forget you have to take the knight first. Huh. Okay, well here, and if the knight moves, it's mate. So that's good. How do you like do anything about this? What, rook over, rook here? Is there some defense? I don't know. I don't need these pieces. I only need him, and he's not attacked. Here, here, here. We don't care. Take it. Take. I'm threatening mate. You have to take back to stop mate. Mate. This seems like a very, very clear and convincing attack, but it's not like it's not a tactic. Maybe the computer just sees mate in 4. Okay, what else is there? Here, here, here. Here, there. I just take it. Ah, here, here. There you go. Now it's a problem. Now it's a puzzle. There's got to be a knockout blow here anyway. That bishop's guarded, so pawn up, take it, and now the knight has to move, and it goes here. That could be an issue. But I feel like I just saw a game. I taught this to somebody lately. I think it was Carlson against Ari Antari, where no, it was Fabiano. It was Fabiano Caruana against Ari Antari, where he ended up attacking like this, and then the queen came back and took a piece and something like that. Because basically he invoked this weakness to stop the diagonal, but then the queen was able to dance its way in anyway. So that's a pretty cool line. I think I got to play this and expect this, but then we can go here. And then don't worry, that's guarded, and this is under attack. So I don't really see anything else here. Let me just check if there's any crazy spectacular sacrifices that would work or something. Okay, I mean, all I'm seeing is rook up, bishop here, take, rook, queen back to defend the mate. And then do I have anything there? I don't know if I'm able to resist this move. I think I got to play it anyway. All right, I'm doing it. Red X? Yeah. Dang. Couldn't resist it. Let's take a look. Uh-huh. Okay. I missed that. Wow. Okay. So, like, I was looking on entirely the wrong side of the board. Definitely deserved to miss one there. That one has a 23.3% pass rating. Hard to feel guilty about missing something that over 75% of people miss. 3/4 missed that one. So once again, that's open up the center. Take. Your queen is attacked. Take a rook. Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Missed that entirely. That's great, though. That's great. I thought for sure it was going to be like a kingside attack, but shows what I know. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This one seems like it should be particularly easier. Not easy, easier. Can I go here and then here and then here? And then take, and I don't have to take anything. It's just mate. If here, then knight back, check. Oh, it can't. It's pinned. That makes sense. Here, how do you stop this checkmate, everybody? How do you stop the mate? I guess you take here. But then I go check, king, mate. I mean, between the bishop's ability to take this knight and the queen's ability to come in for mate, and then also check here, it just looks like this is going to be king up. So this check doesn't do anything because I'll just go like this. What other checks are there in the position? Check is illegal because it's pinned. This check, I take it. And that's the only other check. So you have to guard the mate. If you move, I go check and then mate. I guess. But check, bishop takes, and then mate. Or also probably knight would work too. So yeah, I think it's just, all right, we're going to do it. Yeah, very quick one. Okay. I can take that, right? Because the knight is pinned. And I don't see a big concern. This doesn't change anything. Yeah. Woohoo! Yeah, I don't know why it didn't bother checking and then I blocked with the pawn. That would have been much better, but cool. We're back on the horse, everybody. 52. I got 10 to go, and I still have 2 X's, and I think we're just probably going to do one more. Let's get to 53, and then we're going to call it a day. Okay, I am playing black, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 passer situation. So probably take here, and then you come in and I take here, and then you have to block, and then I take here, and you go here, and I go there. And that's a win. That was easy. Think. Take, here, 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 here. Take, here, down, take, push, here. Ah, darn. Take. And then do I box you out one time? There's also the option of going here for some reason. No, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be take here. Take. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's take here. Ah, take. I'll take this guy first. That's easy. So I guess you don't go here, you go here, so that I can't do that. Now I probably just wait around, right? I probably push this pawn up 1 square. I think there are multiple solutions there. Pushing this pawn seems good because you can't bypass me in any way. So the position, in case you've lost track, is I have 2 pawns here, and they have 2 pawns here. So I'm pretty, and my king has just taken this pawn. So I have pressure on 2 pawns. They have to guard them. If you ever let go, so their king will be here. If they ever let go of the pawn, I take. And then they take my pawn, but then I push. And then if they want to attack it, I actually slip right back, guard it, and then my next moves can't be stopped. They're going to be take, push, and push. So that's easy. So let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, I think pretty sure I go here. And then just take this guy. No problems. Yep, that's just what we calculated. I told you. So now you can't let go. So I think I probably wanted to play this move. I thought this and this are winning. They must not be. But as long as I don't lose this pawn and allow them to queen, I'm winning. So how do they do that? If here, take, back, up, take the pawn. Seems to be legitimate. Here, take. They go. I push the pawn, they attack it. I go here. Okay, why does that? How do I not win this then? Here, take. Then they're going to go. Well, they don't have any other legal moves, right? I mean, they have legal moves, but they're all worse. So they must take my pawn. But then they go like this. Ah, they push their pawn. No. Here, take. They push their pawn. I slide over. They take. I take their pawn, and it's a win for me. I go here. They go here. I take the pawn. What's the big deal? Any of these moves, I can even just push my own pawn. So I guess the move is here, and then I get blocked like this. Is that the problem? No, because then I take this pawn. One of these is winning. I thought both this and this are winning. And as you know, as I've said a million times, this is the hardest kind of chess for me. I thought that both of these are winning. And in a real game, I would think that definitely. And I would pick one and it could be the wrong one. And I throw it all away. I don't think that it's good to go here, here. Why is that one losing? Because then I have a runner and they don't. If they take my pawn here, here. They take my pawn. If I take theirs, they take mine, draw. So I was off a tempo. Okay, that makes sense, but I didn't think that was winning in the first place. So here, what else is there? You go here. Oh, and I have to take it, and you take it. And then I step over, and you step over, and I step up. Why is that's a win too? I must have messed something up in that line there. Here, push. I take, you take. I go here, you go here. No, what, you push this? I go here, you go here. Aha. There it is. There's finally the draw. Here, here, forced. Take. But then can I just push the pawn up? Isn't this a win? But the mistake would be king goes back. King goes over. Push the pawn up. King goes here. Take, take. I'm so confused. I messed up a calculation somehow here. I'm not sure. Okay, so the idea was here, here, here. Take. King goes back, pawn down. That's it. So white can draw with that maneuver because then I don't have any way to win the pawn, right? No, because then I can still go back. Just go back again. And then they attack my pawn and I have to go here. So then they probably just go like this. Okay, so this way is a draw because at the right time, white will go down. And if I ever take that, they go up and get the opposition. And then I can't get out of the corner. So it is pawn up right now. Pawn up, push, take, 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 win. Okay, I think it's pawn up because of the fact that this goes down. I'll show you if I get this right. I'm pretty sure that it's this. Yes, it is. I just go like this. Now I go like this, and I take your pawn. Oh, cool. I guess I have to get out, right? Why wouldn't I? Yay, hey, 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 give me a sec. Okay, we had reached this position, and then white played, I believe it was king d6, and I couldn't figure out why this was losing. So it turns out this is a loss because of one and only move, which was c6, which we did figure out. I have to take this or else it'll just queen. So I take it, and then white will take it. And now here's the big trick. Why can't I play here? It's because king will actually go back to the center. No, that's not right. Is that right? King back. Ah, I thought it was here. And then here. But then they take, yeah, okay. So, but the defensive move that I had thought would be if I go here, they go like this. That was the big trick. That was the big reveal. It's not this. Because that's a win for black. It's actually ta-da, and then take. Because then my king gets held onto the side wall. And then there's no way out. So then what if, like, push? Well, this is elementary stuff. Everybody should know this. Just doop. And now it's a king in the corner, and you can't get him out. There's no way to get this king out. Guess I'll show you, in case you're new to this. Stalemate. So that was a pretty tough calculation, actually. Because, yeah, I have to look at everything. But, you know, endgames are a lot easier if you just always calculate. If I like endgames, I like endgames a lot. And when I like endgames, I hit the like button on the video. It helps other people see endgames like this so that they can learn a thing or two. So why don't you go down and hit the like button now? And while you're down there, leave me a comment telling me your favorite endgame. Is it pawns? Is it knights? Do you like chain of position to Philidor? Something like that. Maybe I can cover that in a future video, or if you want some more detail about this ending or other endings. I actually find king and pawn to be quite easy. They take a long time, but they're rather straightforward, and you just calculate and you just know what to look for and you win. So please do go hit the like button. And if you're interested in that kind of content, consider subscribing. There'll be a lot more of it coming. But what did we end up getting at the end of this? We ended up getting to 53. 53. I certainly had fun. By the way, that had a 29.4% pass rating. So I guess that's my limit. If it's 23, I fail. If it's 29, I get it right. So I had fun. I hope you had fun. And I look forward to your like, your comment, and I'll see you for the next video.